Almost everyone knows someone who can't get a diagnosis, has doctors stumped, or who has a condition for which there is no treatment. That's why alternative medical practices are filled with patients looking for answers.
4 million Canadians don't have a family doctor. Tammy Stanton isn't one of them.
I've gone to the doctor, had tons of tests, blood tests, CAT scans, I've had ultrasounds, I've had chest x-rays.
More than 1 million can't get access to specialists. That's not Shannon Kleinhaus's problem either.
It's worth any trip to anywhere to make sure you feel better.
More than 300,000 Canadians can't afford their medications or even get the tests they need. That's not Avery Kaz's.
I have an x-ray follow-through in 2 days.
Instead, these 3 Canadian strangers share something else in common. Universal health care has yet to discover how to fix what's ailing them.
So I've gone from a really low spot of, oh my God, I'm dying, and being dramatic, to whatever, it can't be that bad. They can't find anything. I've gotten to the point now where I don't want to live with this anymore.
For 13 months, 33-year-old Tammy Stanton from Kingston, Ontario, has had unexplainable hives, a daily fever over 100 degrees, chronic bronchitis, and fatigue.
The closest diagnosis I've gotten was the possibility of lupus, but that's not even a very clear diagnosis because I don't have all of the symptoms of lupus.
More than a year's worth of doctor's appointments and specialist tests have turned up nothing. Desperate for a diagnosis mainstream medicine just can't give her, she's come here.
Hi, Catherine.
She hopes a naturopathic doctor will discover something new.
I've gone to see so many doctors, had so many tests, had so many blood tests, everything else, that I'm to the point now where I'm trying not to have any expectations.
I see a lot of people who are looking for answers, yes. I see people who have not necessarily been given a diagnosis but not quite sure what to do next.
For Tammy, it's this or what? Give up and just live sick?
I don't want to just treat it, the symptoms, like I want to stop it.
You want to go on the swing?
Shannon Kleinhaus is from Timmins, Ontario, and he too is low on hope he'll ever feel better.
There's a lot of days we didn't go to the park because basically I couldn't either lift her in or I didn't have the energy.
Just before his daughter Alexa was born, Shannon got sick.
Want to go over there?
He's up and around more now, but at points has been so sick he had to stop teaching, go on disability. His internal organs swelled, he retained so much water he was almost unrecognizable. For 2 years, no answers. He just hoped he'd live to see the birth of his daughter. She's 3 now, even has a new little brother, but Dad is still sick. He's exhausted traditional treatments in Timmins, so he's packing up his family.
They noticed that there were problems with my kidneys, end up with a kidney biopsy, saying that I have a disease called FSGS.
He was prescribed a controversial steroid, prednisone. It's not a cure, it can treat some of the symptoms, often with as many side effects as the disease.
When you want your future to be better, then you're going to do what it takes to ensure that occurs. If that means driving 8 hours or 16 hours, then that's what you have to do.
So he's on the road again, this time to Toronto. He needs an alternative to prednisone, and if he wants one, he's learned he'll have to find it himself.
Avery missed school today. He hardly ate for the last 3 days. He's down to 67 pounds. I'm a little concerned.
Paula Cases is worried her son Avery has lost too much weight, 13 years old and just 67 pounds.
We always think, well, maybe he had a good night's sleep. He's going to wake up and say, I'm not in any pain. Like, no, that's never happened. You know, there's always something every day.
My stomach is like hurting right now, and I feel kind of nauseous.
We met up with Avery before supper one night. He told us he can't eat anything without throwing up.
So what is it that you have?
Nobody knows. I call it Avriosis.
Avriosis? Your own disease?
He stays positive, but he's in near constant stomach pain.
10 is really bad pain. What's your limit?
I'd say about an 8.
What are you most days?
Normally it's about a 6.
Normally. A 6? Really? Every day?
He'll wake up and in the middle of the night, in a sound sleep, and complain about pain. doubled over in pain.
Do you want to take a Tylenol? Maybe that'll help?
Just makes the nausea a little bit worse. Yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Not really.
Everything is aggravated by food until he eventually throws up.
Supper!
But even that doesn't guarantee the pain will go away.
The sad thing about this meal is Avery can't eat it right now. We can only have it a little bit at a time anyway, so this would be just way too much for his little belly right now.
Oh, can you pass the meat, please?
For 5 years, since he was just 8 years old, mealtime means Avery has a decision to make.
You're going to eat all that?
Well, I can't have anything else.
He started off 7, 8 years old, complaining of abdominal pain. So we take it slow, we say, you know, you need to drink more, you need to eat more fiber, whatever. And we say, okay, let's go to the doctor finally.
They've been in and out of hospital in Canada and the US. Every test, needle, and scope has been tried. At one point, Avery got down to just 52 pounds. Too risky, almost a skeleton of a boy.
Avery's gonna go to the hospital today. He's lost way too much weight. He's throwing everything up. I'm really worried about his nutrition and his hydration.
Still to come on 16 by 9.
Why there's no answers for those living sick and why healthcare is sweeping these patients under the rug.
That's next.